Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and I've played so many MMO out there, and often I'm trying to recommend you guys games for one reason or another, but for this one, it's just going to be a blanket, just a generalization like, hey, a lot of you guys never really ask about these games. I don't know why. Why aren't you asking about these games? These are games that are actually legitimately good for a lot of people, I think. Now, it's not going to be for everyone, but in general, I think these are some underrated MMO, and some of them actually are gaining more attention, more traction, that's for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and promote them more so. Give them a spotlight, because there's some really cool stuff here. Now, these are games that I've personally played. These are games that I am recommending, that I've put some time into, but at the same time, you know, there are some pros, there are some cons. I'm going to give you reviews, maybe why you should play them, why you shouldn't, I don't know, but overall, these are going to be my list of underrated MMO that maybe more people should talk about. It's just 5, let's keep the hype alive. Alright guys, first game, number 5, Trove. Trove is a game that, in so many videos I talk about it, I'm like, yeah, I miss old classic Trove, it was kind of a different game. It totally was. And Trove now, modern day Trove, is a little bit different. The gameplay loop, the grind, etc. Though a lot of you guys have been actually promoting it a little bit, saying, oh, it's under, a new developers or new publisher. They're changing some stuff around. It's really cool now. So yeah, okay, I'm fine with putting it back in my list videos. Even though I actually have put it, I talked about it a little bit more than I've wanted to, because it's honestly just a really cool game. It's just, it's a try-on game. But Trove is this cute, voxely looking game. A lot of people don't talk about it because, I don't know, I guess they think it's just for kids. It's not quite that. Okay, so basically, it's kind of a looter shooter, with some of the weirdest classes that you've ever seen. And yeah, some people are gonna dismiss it because there's like only 2 abilities and you get them in the first 10 minutes. The game is incredibly repetitious, but like, this whole genre is, let's be real, if you want a game that you could just jump into and always grind, but in a proper MMO setting with shooting mechanics, and you're jumping around, voxel graphics and destruction, it's just really cute and charming, yeah, that's Trove. Now, there's actually really some fun customization options. They even have the ability for you to make stuff, put it into the game. They actually have, consistent expansions to this title. I think they have delves now, adventures and stuff like that. There is a little bit of an end game now. There's a lot that I need to go explore again. But Trove I put some serious hours into it. There's actually some cringy videos. I did like tutorials and stuff on this channel. And it's a game that I kind of love, to be honest. Or it's a love-hate based on the patches and updates. Yeah. But I get that why a lot of people don't talk about this. Same reason for like Defiance and Arcade. Yeah, all those games could have been amazing. And Trove is right there too. But actually, out of all of those games, I do think Trove should be talked about a little bit more, especially because of its accessibility and its uniquity inside of the MMO space, being like a looter, shooter, voxel, destruction-y, grinder-thon MMO. I don't know, it's just really cute, and honestly, it's a really safe MMO to recommend to anybody, so I'm really surprised that it is underrated. Number 4, RuneScape 3. Now, recently you might have watched a video where I talked about MMO that I rage quit. And one of them, very early on, pretty much right during my first impressions, the first hour of gameplay, I did rage quit RuneScape 3. However, RuneScape 3 is a game that I've been watching through streams, through other content creators, and as well, obviously, like I play old school RuneScape, I know of RuneScape. I think I can start and begin to say that RuneScape 3 might be a little bit underrated. A couple of things that everyone keeps telling me is that the endgame and the bossing is a lot of fun, and as well, there is a decent amount of charm still left in RuneScape 3. It's just the introduction experience isn't the beloved, weird tutorial island and stuff from, old school RuneScape. It does feel a little bit more theme parky. And yes, guys, my last video talked about those microtransactions. Yeah, they're there. They exist. But in the end, RuneScape 3 is still a genuinely, decently good MMO that has great quests. Sure, I mean, it's still RuneScape, for sure. It's just I don't know. I feel like it kind of spread itself a little thin, and that the combat update maybe wasn't for me, and I have a tremendous amount of bias going into this. And frankly, old school RuneScape is the one that seems to be the most heavily supported. That's where like all the competitive stuff happens. That is the most popular version. Everyone plays it. It's the most coverage on, YouTube and social media. But still, RuneScape 3, it's not unpopular. It's just so overshadowed by old school RuneScape that I think it's considered underrated now. And it's not just a trash game. It does have unique aspects to it, and maybe even a reason to play both at the same time. You just have to get over some speed bumps. And I don't agree with some of the practices, but at the same time, I can't disown it. So yeah, RuneScape 3, I think you're underrated. Halfway on the list, Planetside 2. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with this. A couple months ago, I I started a thing called the Video Game Party Club, and the first game we played was Planetside 2. We just got all together, squatted up, platooned up, and jammed. Okay, so immediately, guys, when you get in, you're gonna die a lot, and it's gonna be hectic, it's gonna be chaotic, but I just want to say that if you stick with it a little bit, maybe watch some guide videos. There's a tremendous amount of depth with Planetside 2, but also join the comms, you know, join squads. The game comes to life, and you'll never have anything else like this. This is the MMO that more immediately than any other are you actually playing massively multiplayer online gameplay. Not any bullshit like, you know, 4-player dungeons or whatever. No. It's going to be hundreds of players, and you're all going to be trying to kick each other's asses. Lasers, rockets, explosions. It's mixed vehicle combat. You got tanks, four-wheelers, jumping off of mountains, C4ing. It's great. Now, you can have all the different classes. I will suggest a couple I had the most fun with. Perma-stealth, a melee-only infiltrator. That was stupid fun. As well, actually, with the light assault, you get the drifter jets with a shotgun. Holy crap, dude. It's like playing Tribes Ascend. So yeah, there's some cool stuff. I need to learn how to fly and become a sky god, but overall, Planetside 2 has a tremendous amount of skill ceiling. And as well, it seems like there's some new developers, and they are just pushing this game so hard, and the community is becoming more popular than ever. It's definitely glowing and illuminated now. So it's slowly losing its underrated status, but at the same time, basically no MMO channels cover Planetside 2, and that's really a tragedy, because this is, in my opinion, the most unique MMO out there. Being, you know, a sci-fi FPS. Like, I mean, have you seen any others? Right, not many. Number two so cute. Oh my god, number 2 so cute. And I have a little bit of bias going into this to put it on here, because I actually had a walkthrough with the developer himself. Dude, it was kind of beautiful. It was kind of magical. I'm kind of tearing up about it. Adventure Quest 3D is one of these games that I think at first glance, it looks almost kind of like a WoWish kind of clone sort of thing, and it kind of almost looks generic, but that's also kind of part of the charm. To me, this is like the Black Clover of MMO, where it looks like one thing, but actually because of its cheese and because of its cliches, it gets more into kind of the real stuff, you know, and it gives you that dopamine. It's that guilty pleasure goodness. But Adventure Quest 3D, much like many, I think, smaller private server MMOs, maybe like Toontown, I kind of consider them like social MMOs. And yeah, this one has combat and classes and bosses, sure, but actually the main point of the game is these like social events and the community and the keptness of it. So the fact that it's underrated actually kind of makes it a little bit better in a way. But, you know, they have stuff like a Breaking Benjamin concert where they spawn bosses and things like that. It's something just, it's a little bit beautiful. And if you played some smaller MMOs, you know what I'm talking about. So this is, in my opinion, the biggest small MMO. And actually, that sounds like a great idea for a list video. That's coming up. So spoiler alert, that's going to be number 1. But Adventure Quest 3D, absolutely, I got to shout it out. And finally, our number 1 for underrated MMO is Albion Online. And that's honestly justified. I'm going to come out and say it. Albion Online, I will, from now on, promote you. I will continue to play you, and I have played it since the alpha, but there was a period of time where I did my full review. It was like episodes of a review, and almost none of it was positive. When the game launched and through its beta, they were changing so many things that were kind of against its design philosophy, and everything was really awkwardly balanced, and it kind of ruined the game. But just as easy as you can break games as a service, living, breathing worlds, remember, you can fix it. You can fix it, you can add on to it, you can make it better. And honestly, they just kept at it. Their dev diaries are so well produced, so well. They listen to the community, and they have these big world-changing events to kind of mark everything. So Albion Online, it's an open world sandbox PvEvP game. And just the reason why I love it, you know, since alpha to now, basically, I really like League of Legends. And if you like League of Legends, but you want that as an MMO, where you can make your own kit, that's Albion Online, just straight up. It's Ultima Online mixed with League of Legends. There you go. And it's a cute game. I think overall that the mechanical play is very good. I play with a spear. I personally play solo, where I jump around and I kind of gank people, but I'm still doing a PvE. It's kind of a PvX experience. I really like that. And they're adding in so much cool freaking content all the time, every month, every update really gets me going. They just added one where it's a PvEvP 1v1 invasion Dark Souls inspired dungeon system. What? I don't know. A lot of ridiculous shit. And they have some really cool classes as well. So it's not just spears and fireballs. You actually have some really interesting support, like the shield staff thing. You could actually be a frost tank plate wearing person. Of course, you could be a rogue with like an axe if you want to. Like, there's a lot you can do with this game that's kind of the beauty of it. And that's just not combat. It's not just PvP. It's, you know, crafting, PvE. There's a really interesting cat and mouse gameplay as well that no other game has, or to the quality that Albion Online has. So if you're worried about PvP and ganking, I promise you it's legitimately fun to get the skinning stuff. And, you know, you have like your running away abilities and stealth, and, you know, you just play as a rat and you run around a rat. It's genuinely fun actually being chased by a cat. So Albion Online, a lot of people have made videos dissing it, myself included, but here I am telling you that it's a lot better game than ever, more fair than ever, and you guys should be checking it out. This is my #1 underrated MMO. That's it, guys. Just 5. But I'm always keeping the hype alive. Let me know what you feel in the comments below as well. YouTube stuff, like, subscribe. You know, hump the Patreon if you guys want to. Put some eyeballs on the donations. Helps me play these games, you know, cover them, dish it out to you, and hopefully make bigger essays eventually. Let's get to 100K. And yeah, I don't know. Let's just all have fun together. But if you guys want to play with me, you know, every once in a while I'll stream or make videos. I need people to play with their MMOs. So yeah, join me in the Discord. Links in the description with everything else. But much love. All I can ask is that you had fun. My name is Skylent, and I'll see you in the next one.